Kilo 9, Quebec, Zulu. Handle is James, located in Bartonville, Illinois.
Roger, roger. And what's the name there?
Handle here is James, J-A-M-E-S. Juliet, A, Alpha, M, Mary, E is in excellent, and S is in Sam. Okay?
Roger, James. And what radio are you running, sir?
As like everybody else, is 7300.
Roger, roger, James. Now, I want you to check your frequency very closely because you sound like you might be just a little low. We're on 7188, 00, 718800, roger.
Okay, I'm 718800 now.
Yes, sir. Gosh, you sound beautiful, sir. Now, if you would, give me about 10 seconds or so and tell me about your antenna system.
Okay, well, it's an old inverted V that I made up. It's homemade brew at about 35-foot inverted V. Works just fine. And I also got I switch back and forth. I got a end-fed halfway end-fed from 75 through 10, and my antenna. Running that and happy with it. Works excellent. I wonder how is the compression okay and everything on the microphone on this?
Well, I got to talk to you about that. We recommend that you engage your compressor at a 3 and turn the compressor on at a 3. Roger, roger.
Okay, I got compression is 5 now.
All right, bring it down to 3.
Okay, that's done.
Alrighty, now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, so you can get the ALC meter up to read it. I want you to set the reading for ALC at mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain manipulation. So with mic gain in hand, you're at your ALC and adjusted for mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay. How's that? 100, 200, 300.
Okay, now you're looking at your ALC meter, and we want that ALC meter to be running mid-scale to 2/3 on your voice peaks, Roger.
Hold a second. I gotta get back. I gotta go to that menu.
What's your mic gain setting right now?
Mic gain's at 50.
All right, bring her up to 65, and let me look at your modulation index at 65 on the mic gain.
Okay, mic gain's at 65.
All right, I think you're still under. If you know where your ALC is, we can go to it, and then you can set that level properly for mid-scale to 2/3, Roger.
Okay. All right, I got my ALC now.
Alrighty, and with mic in hand, and as you say, 100, 200, 300, fairly fast cadence, so you can see where that ALC meter is reading. Adjust it for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of a mic gain control.
Okay, 100, 200, 300.
Alrighty, does it appear to be mid-scale to 2/3 now?
Yeah, it's right at 2/3 right now.
Okay, so maybe tell me a little bit about the best thing you like about your radio so I can listen to your audio again.
Okay, Mary had a little lamb, face as white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. And I really like this radio. I'm an old ham. I've been around for 44 years. I've been licensed for 44. I've had quite an assortment of calls, and I got back into it, and the 7300 looked like the radio to buy. So back to you.
Yes, sir, you're absolutely correct. I love that 7300. Now, just an aside that you might consider, a foam windscreen for the microphone. There were a few pretty large transients in your voice, and I think you're working the microphone absolutely correctly. It just needs a foam windscreen. Roger?
Would you say that one more time?
Roger, a foam windscreen. It's an audio device that slips over the microphone, a little foam jobber that takes all of the wear and tear out of the audio. It takes all of the stuff that you don't want people to hear and just leaves the words go through. Roger?
All right. K9QZ.
And they're available at your local music store. You know, they're about $4. Little foam windscreen, fits right over your what type of microphone are you running, sir?
Just a standard hand mic.
Okay, let me give you a clue on that. What you want to do working that hand mic is pull it to the side of your mouth and work across it. Do not work directly into it. Pull it to the side of your mouth and then work across it. That'll take care of those plosives and stuff.
Okay, well, does that help a little bit?
Yes, sir. Now pull it back just a little bit further because I heard one plosive there.
Okay, well, that's across the mic, and that's kind of just almost putting about 4 inches off my chin.
All right, yes, but we want to actually have contact with your face, right at the corner of your mouth, so we have a nice, good pickup. But your plosives are going forward where the mic is to the side. Roger.
Okay, well, that right there should be just about right.
All right, so I want you to go back and check your ALC now. We're working that microphone a little bit different than what we were, and we want that ALC, under all conditions, to be running mid-scale to 2/3. So check one more time that the reading still with the way you're working the mic now is mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, well, let me see. Yeah, that drops it way. I'm probably about a third.
All right, so you want to use your mic gain, bring it up as you count fairly quickly, and adjust that ALC again for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control again.
Okay, the mic gain's at about, and mic gain's at about 75%.
Roger, it's not important where the mic gain is. It only is important how the mic gain affects your ALC reading. So the thing is, you want your ALC meter to be running at mid-scale to 2/3, wherever it happens to be for your mic gain. Roger?
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much.
All right, it looks a little low to me. I'm not sure. Maybe we had some conditions changed. Why don't you give me 10 seconds on, the radio or the Radio Shack that you hope to have in the future?
Well, myself, I'm happy with what I got right now. And in the future, I really can't think of anything that I really want within amateur radio. I had a Roan 45 at about 65 feet. Had all that stuff, and that's all gone. Got out of it. Now I just run just strictly wire antennas, and very minimum. But it's I get out now. So that's I'm happy.
Roger. Now, are you running a dipole antenna now?
Inverted V.
Yes, sir. I think I've run a lot of antennas, and for my taste, I just love dipoles as far as being able to get down the road effectively. Roger?
Yeah. I could probably do different. I like also like the end-fed. That my antenna. I've really been happy with that because that does cover 80 meters too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Roger. Well, you know, I run a resonant tuned dipole antenna. It's no SWR at all on this frequency. Of course, I mainly run on this frequency, so you know, and normally I would tune for 0 SWR in the center of the band. But since we're mainly running on this frequency, it's trimmed for this one. And like I say, the SWR is somewhere around 0.05 or something, Roger.
Well, I'm going to have some, okay, I'm thinking about moving from here, from this residence, and I'd be renting my son's house to sell this one and move in over there. He's going to move out, and he was going to rent the property. So the wife and I said, well, why don't we rent it? So I'm going to be able to put up a loop, probably around, he's got 2 big lots. I'll be able to put 2 loops up, or put a loop up, probably around 600 feet. That's about what I'd be able to work.
Oh, Roger that, James. I think that microphone maybe has come around forward a little. I heard two or three big plosives there. So kind of pull it back towards the corner of your mouth. Actually make contact with the corner of your mouth. Roger, Roger?
Well, okay. Well, I figured it, yeah, that does make quite a bit of difference. On this end anyway, I'm not sure about that end. But I'll be able to put up a loop with about 600 foot.
Oh, roger that, roger that. Okay, well, what I want you to do here for maybe the next week or so is I want you to run with your ALC meter on, if you would, so you can see your modulation as far as the ALC meter. If you can do that, I think it'll help you the way that you address the microphone. You can see the inner reaction of how you speak with what the ALC meter does, and the whole idea is to have that ALC meter moving mid-scale to 2/3. So if you're looking at it as you're talking, you know, you can see what you need to do to get that meter up to mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, that sounds good. So, does it going to make much difference with the amp?
Are you on the amp now?
Yes, I am.
How much power are you running now, James?
That's probably about 300.
Roger. And, you know, it shouldn't. You know, the amp should be linear, so whatever you do on the radio should not matter that much, you know, as far as the amplifier affecting your audio. As long as the amplifier is operating linearly, which it should, then gosh, this should only, you know, what we're looking for by running that ALC meter at mid-scale to 2/3, we're moving your dynamic range from 10 dB, which is unprocessed audio, to 3 dB, which is a lot fatter signal. Unprocessed audio is running usually about 30% of average peak modulation. So what we want to do is take that 10 dB and shrink it down to 3 dB, and then your average percent of peak modulation will be somewhere around 80 to 85%. You'll sound almost 2 or 3 times louder than you do unprocessed, but it'll be clean. There's no blurring, there's no distortion. It's just loud, you know.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I like that idea.
Roger. So, you know, like I say, if it's not an imposition, I think it would do you good to be able to look at your ALC meter as you talk, you know, and just, you know, associate that meter and its activity with the way you're speaking, and then modify the way you're speaking to maximize the ALC reading in the mid-scale to 2/3 range.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, sir. Well, James, I think there's one other thing I might give you a note on, if you would like. I would increase my treble EQ by 3 clicks. 3 clicks treble EQ boost when you can do that, Roger.
Okay, so you said to increase the What was that?
The treble EQ. In other words, you have an EQ page, and what we want to do is go to that EQ page and boost the treble EQ part by 3 clicks. Roger?
I know what you're talking about, because I changed that. I think I probably adjusted the wrong side of it, because I think I did the receive. So I was trying to do the receive, because I wasn't happy with what I had coming in, so I probably screwed it up. That's probably my fault.
Roger. Well, it's it's transmit SSB, treble boost. You might make a note of that. Transmit SSB plus 3 clicks treble EQ boost from wherever you are on the EQ.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much, and you have a great day.
Roger, James 73, sir. You have a good day, too, and a great weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.